I think I'm just gonna do a quick carry video. Carry. Carry. I can't see with shit that much. That much is a fact. Alright, my first choice. SD9, 9mm, Smith & Wesson. Smith & Wesson, the classic. 9mm, plastic. Moderate pull, moderate weight, high capacity. In this case, 17 rounds. Light, easy to shoot. One problem, bulky. It's a bit, it is a bit bulky. I've carried this, for the last 3 years, and it's bulky. It's not heavy, but it's bulky. This is the problem when you get into mid-size or large size, automatics. They are bulky. And this is, I just figured to mention this one because I do carry this like around on my own property. Like when I'm around my own house or something, on my property walking. 22 Magnum, If it was just the 22, I wouldn't be like, hey, I'm going to shoot you with the pea shooter, pa-ting. But yeah, the 22 Magnum, it's not bad. You ever see what 22 Magnum does to like a small animal? I wouldn't want to be shot by it, I wouldn't want to be shot in the face by it, So it'll do it, you know what I'm saying? Especially, at close range. And these things are super accurate, But it has two problems. It's not small and it's very heavy. These like, cowboy style 22 Magnums are heavy. You could use it like that, but that's not the point. Too heavy. Too big. So we move on to the classic carry. Not too bulky, but very heavy. 38 special. The classic carry. This is a popular choice for many, many years, by police, by, private citizens. Very effective, You get one thing I didn't mention is firepower. Now the first choice, like the 9mm, 17 rounds of 9mm. That's firepower. 22 Magnum, yeah, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? 6 rounds, it's okay. It's like moderate. It's okay. This, puppy, will hurt. I mean, they may be slow, so yeah, you might get into issues, but it doesn't really have much issues from distance. I've seen numerous, range tests with 38. It's extremely accurate. Up to like to 150 yards. So like, even if the guy's across the street, you're going to be able to hit him. And it's very effective at close range. So like, if you're shooting at somebody within 100 feet, man, it's going to tear them up. These are big bullets. They may be slow, but they're big. And so it's effective. The biggest problem is it's heavy. So it's not that convenient to carry because you put it on your belt, it's like it's there. It's like, ooh. And it's not that small. It's small, but it's not that small. You know what I'm saying? So you can put it on your ankle with if you have a really good holster for these because they're so heavy. You can't have no cheapy Chinese job, like I've used for my 9mm. Like I use one of them $10 9mm, carries that they sell on eBay for $10 for 3 years. Works fine. But for this, they'll rip it. It's too heavy. So you got to have like a good leather holster. And then again, it's heavy. So firepower, but convenience. Yeah, it's a little on the inconvenience side. Last choice, and the most popular, the mini automatic. In this case, LCP 380, probably one of the most popular 380s out there is a Ruger 380. No matter what the model, LCP, LCR, LC.2, B, whatever. Real popular. Very light, very small. You can carry it anywhere, on your ankle, on your waist, on your back, up your ass. It'll fit anywhere. In your hat. It's just it's so small that it fits. And for home defense, you can always buy this. 15 rounder. Yeah. See? Yeah. And you can carry this with you. You can always put this in your coat or or somewhere else. I don't know. Stick it up your poop. No. There you go. The 6-round clip, firepower. Yeah, it's kind of between, it's not as effective as the 9mm or the 38, but it's more effective than the 22 Magnum. Not, albeit not much more so. I mean, not a lot. It's a slightly bigger bullet, but 22 Magnum, believe it, has more firepower. I think it might be even though. I don't know. I mean, like the speed of the bullet, 22 Magnum's bullet's pretty fast. 380. Yeah, I think the 22 Magnum bullet is faster. I have to look that one up. So, but it's small, so But this is a pretty small bullet too. I mean, look at that. It's not a big bullet, but it's wide, so it's enough. So I guess we got a clear winner. May not be the ultimate firepower, but it has the ultimate convenience. It's really easy to carry. These are pretty reliable. Easy to shoot, easy enough to, at point blank range. This is, probably the ultimate carry. Although this, I will say one thing about this. This doesn't work well for some women. Now, maybe this one in particular. There are some ones that are better, but these Rugers have been notoriously hard to pull. Not for a man. I mean, obviously, like pulling it like nothing. But for a woman, has like not so strong hands. My woman could not pull this. Could not do it. She had to buy a different gun. She had to get a 25 automatic. It has no pull. Couldn't pull it. So there's that. So keep that in mind if buying it for your old lady and she ain't got strong hands. It's a thought. Other than that, it's good. So these are just my thoughts on carry. Now, if you want the ultimate, shit in your pants carry, well, carry yourself a 12 gauge. I don't know, where could you put it? Put it in your leg, strap it to your leg, put it over your back, like, you don't have to worry about the freaking, and be fucking with you, they'll see it from, like, what the hell's that guy with a 12 gauge on his back, right? Or, it could be, you could do the old West style, Derringer, black powder, too, Actually, this would probably be pretty mean, though. It's a 2-shooter. This is 36 caliber. Yeah. I mean, I know it's with black powder, but man, that hurt, I bet you. Those big balls. Yeah, the balls have them, like, they're weighty. I don't know. It probably hurt a lot, I bet you. Well, that's my thoughts for carries. For many years, I lived in New York. I didn't have a pistol. I never got around to getting a permit. And I just, especially, in counties like New York City or Albany, it's not so easy to get a permit. They don't. It's like almost like they don't want you to get one. You got to live in a rural county. Because I had a permit, in a rural county in New York. And even then, it's like, it's a precarious thing. So I always carried, something like this, a knife, like my father. But like the great Sean Connery once said, you don't want to bring a knife to a gunfight, So now I carry, a pistol. And that's my thoughts on the carry. If you don't like my video, go fuck yourself. That's all I got to say.